All right, we'll open up the meeting. Mystery Commission on Social Status of African American Males, Wednesday, April 10th, 2019. Roll call.
Marty Corley. Willie Millsap.
Present.
Latanya Troutman present. John Ganshaw. Mr. Payne.
Present.
Tracy Tillman. Present. Lester Miguel.
Present.
Felice Kelly. Nyla Williams. Reverend Carnes. Mr. Walter Tony Cox.
Present.
Deputy. Miss Felicia Kelly is present. Gene Simmons. Pastor Carroll.
Present.
Albertine Allen. Is there any name that I did not call?
All right. Good. We have a quorum. We need to take care of business. That's always good. Approval of minutes. Look at your minutes. If there any changes, adjustments, additions, or comments? Open. If not, moving for a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Move and second. We accept the minutes as given. Any other comments? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes carried. Thank you. We move on down to the treasurer's report. Marty is not here at the moment. I see that there's a copy, I guess he had sent for us as far as April 2019 treasurer's report. You want to look over that and see what we have it down. $5,000 roughly in our account as of today, I think.
It's a cash and everybody checking.
Treasury report. Any comments? Does everybody get a copy of the treasury report?
Okay.
Look over it right quick, see if you see anything you need to comment on. If not, I'm open to a motion to accept the treasurer's report as given.
A motion to accept the treasurer's report with the ending balance of $5,025.15.
It's been moved.
I'll second it.
Moved in second. Any other comments relative? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes carried. Thank you. As we move on down the agenda, the next thing on the agenda, we have a guest speaker, Dominique Edwards from Mercy. Marty had asked her to come. I think she has some information. I talked to her. I don't think that so much the things that we can deal with, but in terms of public information, should be interested here. So, Ms. Edwards, would you like to share with us what you want to talk about?
Sure, of course. Thank you so much, Commissioners, for allowing me to speak to you and address you today. I just really wanted to come out and let you guys know that the NWI 2050 plan is in its final stages of development. So this is a plan for the region, and it envisions what the region will look like by the year 2050. And so this is a requirement that is to be updated every 3 or 4 years through the United States Department of Transportation. And again, for maybe those of you who aren't familiar with NERC, that's the Northwestern Indiana Regional Planning Commission. We are the Metropolitan Planning Organization and Council of Governments for Lake Porter and LaPorte County. Our planning focus areas are transportation, economic development, and the environment. And so, again, the NWI 2050 plan, this is a federal requirement, and it envisions what the region will look like by the year 2050, and we are required to plan out for a 20-year planning horizon. So, in the earlier development of the plan, we worked across the region to identify different trends, influences, transportation investments, programming, things like that, that would impact what our region is going to look like by 2050. And so, again, I have provided you with a executive summary as well as a save the date. We're having open houses across the region. There will be one in Michigan City on April 24th at Ivy Tech at 6 p.m. And then it will be a public hearing that will start at 7 p.m. So you'll have the opportunity to look at the draft plan, and there's some really great information in there that I really think that you as the commission might want to take a look at, especially in regards to transportation service across the region, or again in Michigan City, in the area of Michigan City as a whole. So there's a number of great analyses that we as the agency identified and put in there, like for instance, an analysis in regards to access to resources and healthcare in regards to transportation services across the region. So I think that those are some very key things that you guys might want to take a look at. And then again, if you want a more in-depth discussion, again, we're having open houses, and so you can come and talk to look at the plan at a whole, and then also talk to different experts at the agency in regards to transportation planning, investments, the environment, pedestrian, bicycling, things like that. So, and of course, if you have any information or if you have any questions, please let me know. There you go.
Is there a public hearing close by or something that Michigan City can attend?
Yes, sir. So the public hearing and the open house for Michigan City is going to be on April 24th starting at 6 p.m. So that'll give you an opportunity to come and talk to us as agency staff about different parts of the plan and come and look at some of the things that have been developed. In your hands, you have an executive summary, and some of you came in late, so I'll make sure that you have that on your way out before I leave. And those are some of the high-level things that we looked at. So,
Where would that meeting be?
I'm sorry, sir?
Where would that meeting be?
At Ivy Tech Community College.
Ivy Tech.
Yep, at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, April 24th. So I just wanted to make sure to come and talk to you as community leaders and make sure that you are informed and aware. And so there's a draft plan. There's a draft of the plan that is out online currently for public comment, so you can ahead of time take a look at that, but also have the opportunity on the 24th to come to talk to us about it and ask us any questions and things like that. So, but I just want to make sure that the commission was aware and informed that these events were happening, and be more engaged in our regional planning activities as well.
Any commissioners have any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. So currently, this is about public transportation too, right?
Transportation as a
As
whole.
a whole. Okay, so currently, do you know what time the public transportation ends in Michigan City?
6:30.
So 6:30, and how long does this event?
This is from 6 to 8 p.m.
So if those that have to take public transportation to get there, you know, that's kind of like one of the barriers right now when you're talking about looking into 2050. Right now, when it comes time for big events or stuff, people don't have transportation after 6 p.m. and most of your events of this magnitude are held after 6 p.m. And so when we talk about the people who need access to this program, that time is a barrier when our transportation currently stops running at 6 p.m.
Yes.
So I think that that's something that needs to be made aware of when we look into future planning as far as 2050 is concerned, because just even right now, the barriers to get to accessible jobs across the region, which most of our jobs are not necessarily in Michigan City that pay really well. There's not enough access to Valparaiso, or there's good access to maybe Gary or South Bend, but once you get in there, that transportation becomes a barrier because you may or may not know how that transportation currently runs. But I want you to be aware of in future programming that currently transportation makes it inaccessible for the people who need to be at programs like this to be there.
And so, and I'm glad that you brought up that point. Unfortunately, when we tried to do earlier meetings, we tried to do a meeting at the library from like 4:30 till 6:30 when transit would end. Unfortunately, people are still working at that time. So we had to try to maneuver and flex and make different timing and meet, because we've held a number of meetings over the last year and events and things like that, trying to really go out and meet people where they are to talk to them about this information, just make sure that folks are aware. And so we know that transit is a barrier literally across the region, and especially here where we know that transit ends at 6:30. And so we are trying to again flex and experiment and trying to find a happy and perfect medium, and we just can't find a happy and perfect medium because of transit being a barrier. So that's why it's so very important to engage all of you as our community leaders and let you know that, one, this programming is available. Two, you have the opportunity to come and provide your input and your feedback and let us know, hey, transit is a barrier. What do we do about this? And then you can come and you can learn about all the transportation investments and programming that's happening not only across the region but in LaPorte County as a whole, because also that's out for public comment is our 2020 to 2024 TIP. So that and that's our transportation improvement program. So what investments are happening in LaPorte County in regards to transportation, right? So taking a look at that as well. So, okay, well, I don't see transit expansion or operating or anything like that going into this. So that is your opportunity to not only comment on or provide us with input and feedback on the plan as a whole, but that's our short range financial plan for all the transportation investments across the region.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I can imagine you probably do have a problem scheduling people getting off and work where
Yes.
they get to that, so it's not an easy task. So you probably have to do both.
And we tried to accommodate folks. We tried to do like meetings during the day where it was like from 1 to 3 p.m., but everybody's at work. Then we try to do late night events. We try to do meetings at either 4:30, that doesn't work. 6 o'clock, that still doesn't work. And trying to and so that's why it's great to come and give us your input and your feedback to try to start, one, facilitating these conversations because they're very necessary, and two, trying to start bridging the gap with these issues and these lack of access for opportunities for everyone.
All right, appreciate it.
Yes,
Could you give because I like to keep people informed, give the date and time and place of your public hearing again, if you don't mind?
Yes, sir. So for Michigan City, it will be April 24th at Ivy Tech Community College. At the open house is at 6 p.m. Public hearing is at 7.
Okay, so anybody that's interested, hopefully will be able to come out and either learn or comment on different things they're concerned about. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
What group is this? I'm sorry.
This is NERC. It's the Northwestern Indiana Regional Planning Commission.
Nursing, which is involved in the whole region in a lot of different areas. Okay, no other questions or whatever?
Okay.
Appreciate you coming.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We'll get back to us. With the agenda, we have nominating committee, and I was asking the secretary about that. And I guess, which I wasn't aware, but I'm not surprised about that. So they're starting this youth commission. Matter of fact, Representative Patrick introduced it, which I think is a tremendous idea. But they're in the process of putting a youth commission together with the city council to represent the young people in town, which I think is a very positive idea. And I watched it a couple times. I didn't realize, I guess they expect the council to get involved. You said that we're supposed to pick a person?
Yes, they are asking us to pick a person to nominate to the Youth Leadership Council. At least one youth needs to be, and be at the May 8th City Council meeting with that nomination.
Okay, well, something we have to discuss and deal with. Matter of fact, we should have an education committee. I would think that might be something the education committee can discuss, debate. We deal with youth. Matter of fact, we've given scholarships to a few youth that I wish were still here in town because I think they have a lot to offer. But yeah, okay, we'll have to address this. Matter of fact, I'll talk to Fitzpatrick to see what's happening with it. But
Mr. Chair, who is our chair for the education?
Faye was. I had told her to talk to the secretary. She still wants to be involved, from what Faye had expressed, without contacting, and we'll get that together. All right? There's a few other things that we got on business. Before we get to that, there's a few other things I see. Then we'll get to our round table. Matter of fact, before we get to our business. But if you got a letter, I see Marty, that's probably why he didn't come to the meeting, because he's gonna ask for some more money. But
Did everybody get one of these letters?
it's something that we've done in the past, and I have no problem with it.
They should have been on the back of some of the minutes, had them all figured together with this.
Jared Jones from Love the Game LTG got in touch with me about the commission sponsoring some black males to attend the summer basketball camp this year. The cost of the camp is $100 a person, and the request is for the commission to sponsor 5 young black males to attend the camp. Sorry, at this time I do not have the date of the camp, but we have sponsored students to attend the camp in the past. Also, Gerard has donated back to commission in the past. And I'm asking for a motion to approve the spending of $500 to sponsor 5 black males to attend the LTG summer basketball camp. Only thing I would say relative to this is that it ain't got nothing to do with Gerard donating to us. We did this before and we should do it because it's something that we do. It's not a tit for tat. It's being responsible and doing the things that the commission is mission to do. So I'm open for discussion or suggestions, or how does the commission feel about this issue? Somebody say something.
I motion to approve it.
I'm very much in favor. I would second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion?
On the question, who will pick the 5?
I think in the past, we donated the money and we let him select the people
Gerard.
try. Right.
Yeah.
Because we don't really have direct contact with you per se, and he's the one that's dealing with them, and we've let him assist young fellows that he thinks would be appropriate.
And Marty helped too. You know, he knows the need, you know.
I have a question. In the past, how many days was the camp?
2 or 3 days?
It's 3.
3?
Okay,
Okay.
like I said, 2 or 3 days. He's been doing it for quite a few years, and so it's very beneficial just to get the young men together and they're doing something positive.
Mm-hmm.
And what Marty was talking about is, I made a comment about him donating. He did donate a couple $1,000 for us to give out scholarships.
Mm-hmm.
But he's an outstanding young man, a good role model for Michigan City and a representative. We've had a few, him and Brother Walker. We've had a few good, outstanding young men that went off into athletics and college. But Gerard is a beautiful person.
So where's
So
the camp held at?
it's here at high school.
High school.
I think they held it at high school.
Michigan City High.
Right. I mean, he's been doing what, 4, 5 years, 6 years?
He's been doing it for about 5.
It's been quite a while.
We did it in D.C. at Howard for a number of years. I guess they still do it. And it was very, very beneficial.
Oh, definitely. Just to get the young men into something positive and start motivating them and supporting them. So we've got a motion in a second. No other comment? I will vote. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, beautiful. I know he'll be happy. Marty will. Glad he ain't got no other letter. Okay. Another thing before we go into the round table, I thought that Faye had probably took care of this, the annual report. Every year we're supposed to give an annual report to the city council. But I see that we have to communicate with her, and because the secretary don't have enough adequate information to put that type of situation together unless Faye gives it to her. I think before Faye left, did she ask for the committees to turn in something relative to what they might have been doing?
I don't remember seeing anything.
Okay, well, if not, if the committee representative, you could put something together right quick and email it to the secretary, I'd appreciate it. And I'll check with Faye and get them on that type of thing so we can get that taken care of for the city council. It's something we do every year as part of the structure. Okay, that would be the annual report. Is there anything else before we go into round change? Tiny, I don't know, has anybody talked to Tiny? Because they keep sending me this over, I would think, I know they have a new person, I don't know if she's director or what.
Cahill is the new director.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
And I had talked to Tanya. I thought that Kay would be the representative here. I'll have to get that together because I don't think Tanya's been to a meeting yet this year. And we need to get a representative from Minority Health to start sitting in on the meeting. All right. All this paperwork here, we're just trying to get this paperwork. I don't know what the heck is going on with all this stuff. We're trying to get a better grip on paperwork. All right, I got one last thing to say before we start going around. I read the Post-Tribune every day, and they had a real nice article Monday. I don't know if we plan on doing the same thing as far as the barbershop thing, but I'll pass this around. They had a real nice article on front page of the Post-Tribune Monday of this week dealing with the barbershop that they're starting over in the region, over in Hammond, Chicago, Gary.
Nice.
It was a real nice article, and I didn't know if we would do the same thing. Hopefully the News Dispatch would be receptive
Yeah, I think
to
Martin's gonna
helping
reach
us
out.
promote it, because I was very impressed with the Post and how they, because as we talked at the last meeting, well, we need to encourage black men, young and old, to go to the doctor. It's kind of crazy, but
It is.
you know, there needs to be encouragement and support, and we got to keep talking to them about the fact that don't be afraid of finding out you're sick. You need to know. And hopefully you can find out early enough that you can do something about it. I think we've been doing this 5-6 years since they started, and we've had pretty good success, 40, 50 men each year. It'd be nice if we could do 100 or whatever. And we got 4 or 5 barbershops that have been working with us. So it's a very positive program, especially for black men. So we want to try to get as much publicity out as possible, as much encouragement, and try to make this bigger than last year to the extent that we encourage as many young and older black men to come and have these tests and exams. And you'll see in the article, but you don't have to read it, but they have the bus, or they got a mobile situation that's actually doing the PSA test, which is beautiful. There's a doctor on it. Do we have a mobile situation in LaPorte County?
No, but, you know, they may want to travel over here, so I can reach out and see if that's something that they can do, if they can come over to this county.
But it would be nice if we had something like
I'll
that.
reach out to Esther.
The state of Indiana, I'm sure they probably have one.
Yeah.
We could check with downstate and see if because they're the ones pushing and sponsoring.
They
Maybe
should.
the director downstate could give us some assistance. That would be nice if we could have a bus or something sitting out there so we could really get some tests done.
You know, excuse
Pay a
me,
lot of attention to it.
we had great success having health fairs at sporting events. And of course, we had a couple of med schools involved and a hospital, well, he's a hospital, and some volunteers, and they did the whole thing, the PSA. They even did a physical exam because you had a physician right there. But they did dental checkups of body fat mass, blood pressure, of course, diabetes, and they never did a tuberculosis test because you couldn't do it and have somebody come back in 2 days and have it read. But amazingly, one of the best turnouts we had on an annual basis was at the racetrack. I don't even have a racetrack here, but we have other sporting events that take place. But I'm talking about a car racing.
Right.
And it started Sunday morning like at 8, 9 o'clock. and you have a packed audience, and everybody the announcer kept repeating, and we had great turnout. And the funny thing was that the incidence of high blood pressure, hypertension, in the young cats who were there was amazing. And so good they were finding out because they were, 19, 20, 21 years old.
Prevalent in us.
Yeah. But
Hypertension.
I think, having if we can make some arrangements, say reach out downstate or whatever, or the state of Indiana, to arrange a mobile unit like that, and we have it at an event. I mean, it could be the farmer's market.
Well, we have, not to cut you off, but we have health link and minority health. We have the mechanism, and I would think St. Anthony's would be receptive. We haven't thought about it, but that's a good idea. We could talk about putting on a health clinic ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine we certainly can be successful with that, but what I was thinking was that if we have an event corresponding with it, so the audience is already there. Because a lot of these people don't avail themselves.
Well, that's the only problem with this small town situation. You're talking about events, other than a basketball game or a football game,
even that,
or something like that. We could work with the school system,
even that,
because those are only type. Well, I take that back, but then that's a different audience when we're talking about the boat show and the races and things like that. No, that's a totally different audience when we're talking about that. But the basketball season getting ready to start. We could probably talk to the school system or whatever. We can research both areas, whether we could put on a large health event ourselves with the aid of St. Anthony's or the medical situation in town. And then we can check and see about partnering with an activity.
We've been doing it to local churches.
Not to make light of it, but I was making a joke with Nyla, and he was mentioning about the younger guys with the high blood pressure.
Right.
If you walked out the house every day wondering whether you were going to get shot or not.
Yeah. You're right.
And I imagine they put themselves in a compromising position, but still,
And that's not just young people.
Period.
Period.
And I'll share that a little bit.
But you're right. You're right. It's definitely a prevalent thing. So as we started talking about it last meeting, and now with the barbershop situation coming up and whatever, maybe we need to get a little bit more involved in trying to help promote healthy situations in terms of clinics or whatever, especially for black men, because they definitely are victims that they put themselves in a position by not going and getting checked out. But we'll keep that discussion going, and that's a good idea. We're definitely following that up.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir.
Also, reference to the event, we have Juneteenth coming up this year, so that would be a good access.
And I don't know, I think that the last time they did the Juneteenth was at Pullman Field, which is a large building.
Right.
We could probably do a big thing.
That'll be a target date to have in mind.
Is anybody aware of anybody that's going to be putting on a Juneteenth thing this year?
The same ones that did last year.
The West Side stuff is usually
West Side Reunion.
Yeah, the West Side Reunion. And they usually have people out there.
We'll have to check with them and see about expanding whatever they do to it.
Yeah, that'd be a perfect event, Juneteenth.
20 years.
Sounds good. Yes, sir.
So I would like to encourage the African American. I've got two neighbors on each side of me, African American males, and they both have prostate cancer, and they didn't go, and it's turned into, it's spread to the bone, and I have it also, but I went, and I got there early enough. It is more prevalent in the African American males, and I would encourage them. I said, why did you wait so long? They were having problems to begin with for a long time, and this can be a process of having problems for a long time and not responding to it, or just thinking, well, it's just one of those things, I'm getting older and I'm up in age and this is bound to happen. But I just wanted to bring that to your attention, that I was blessed that my cancer stayed in my prostate. Thank you.
A friend of mine went to and talking about prostate cancer, you know, for years and years, we as black men didn't know what a PSA was.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, he fortunately he found it in time, but when he went to the doctor and he had heard about PSA, and he asked his doctor about a PSA, and the doctor looked at him like, "You supposed to know nothing about no PSA," you know what I'm saying? And it's been a secret. It was a secret to us for a long time. You know, we just weren't aware.
Right, and then you can check the PSA with blood tests.
Yeah.
The thing that kept black men from going and getting checked out was the other exam.
Yeah.
The other exam. You know, they have this phobia.
Yeah.
But you're right. Just like we won't talk about syphilis too much, but I can appreciate where you come from. I mentioned at the last meeting that being a veteran, you know, we go through all that a lot more thorough. And so I'm really sensitive. But prostate cancer is the number 2 killer for black men. Lung cancer is number 1. Prostate cancer is number 2. So it kills quite a few brothers, and it's unfortunate. But let's move on. We don't want to get doomsday. Okay, I think it's about ready to start our round table. We'll start with you.
Yeah, before we get there, old business, what is the status of the garden since the weather is changing? Do we have an update?
Well, I had asked the secretary to check with Laura out into the place, and there's been some confusion there. So I've been involved this week. She has said because of the weather, April might be a good month for the brown grape breaking.
Right.
And we get done, so we definitely will check with her and see what's the schedule with that. Okay. Hopefully with this weather changing, she'll be ready to break ground. But that's something we're looking forward to. And I think I mentioned at the last meeting that Brother Lume is back in the country. He was in Georgia, and I've been talking to him regular type of thing. So he'll be there till around July. You know, his daughter works for this airline, so she's in and out. But yeah, the garden is our next thing to get the ground breaking, so we can feel comfortable that project is on its way. All right. What? Oh, the GoFundMe thing, we gotta do some more discussions around that in terms of how we want to address it and what kind of situation it is. We probably have to deal outside the city structure because they don't have a mechanism to bring in monies type of thing. This is something abnormal for them. But we'll continue working on that. I think I mentioned I did send a letter to the bank about the Investment Act, so I'm waiting to hear something from that. But we'll keep trying to put together these promotions to raise money so we can get closer to what we want to do. Okay, is there any other questions?
Not on that, but once you finish that, I have a motion I need to bring, if possible. It's regarding the Black Barbershop.
What you mean, a motion? Then you must be talking about money.
Yes.
So what
You know, Marty's not here. I have to ask.
So what's happening?
Well, just in case we need this for supplies, I wanted to see if we can get $200, and we may not need all of that, but I want to be prepared. We do have 5 barbershops this year. We added 2 more, so I want to make sure that we're set up and good. I'm trying to get as many donations as we possibly can from the vendors and places. So if I get all that stuff, we may not need it, but I just want to ask for 200, and I think that will cover us in case we need it. And if we spend some of it, we'll give the rest back. We may not need all of that, but I think that will be enough for us for supplies. So I would like to make a motion, or if someone could, for $200 for the Black Barbershop Health Initiative for supplies.
I just have one question.
Yes.
What supplies will,
Well,
is it things that are needed still, or
yes.
is there a list of supplies that's needed?
It's always something like tablecloths, probably a couple more tables, We can't always count on whether the barbershop has those items. A lot of stuff that I have already received came from, HealthLink or Minority Health, which is like the cotton balls, all that kind of stuff. The state does not provide to the sites. We have to get that stuff. So only thing the state provides is the T-shirts. That's probably it. So everything else
As far as the
that's
mentioned
needed.
tables and things of that nature, we don't want to get into purchasing things that nature.
We do have
we
a
don't
couple.
we don't have, that's not part of our thing. We're not going to put them and then once we use them. So, but then if there's a need for tables and things like that, you need to let us know early because we can get them from the church or from, I can come up with a few tables.
We do
and
have a
that type
couple.
of thing. But as far as the
Table
physical
cloths.
things,
Material.
material things,
Yeah,
that's a
table
little
cloths.
different. But we don't want to get into buying any tables or any things of that nature.
We did purchase a couple last year, so we were able to utilize those. So those are ours. Those are the commissions. Anything you think of that's involving doing those screenings. So you have the alcohol swabs, the cotton balls, the containers that, the sharps containers and things of that nature. I try to get as much stuff as I possibly can, donated. And I'm trying to think, it's always something. Materials, I normally get those sent in. Like I said, we may not use all of that funds,
Just
but
based on that,
yeah.
so I'm open for a motion. You don't use it, bring it back.
Yes,
Type
absolutely.
of thing.
You can always give
And
us
then
cents for
because
that.
even when it comes to the things you was mentioning,
Mhm.
Let us know. We can secure those from different donations, whatever. I don't know how many places you checked with, but there's always somewhere. But in regards to that, I'm open for a motion to give a couple $100 to the barber shop exercise in case they might need it. If not, then they'll return it back to the commission.
So moved.
Yes.
Second.
Moved and second. Any
Thank
other
you.
questions? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Good. Okay.
Thank you.
Then we'll start.
Okay, yes, I'm passing around some documents. I met with Monique Thomas with Work One, and like I said all the time, it's not being utilized as much as it should, but with this information, I think it will be. Goodwill was just awarded thousands and hundreds of dollars for all of their locations. Lake County, Porter County, Jasper County, Newton County, and Stark County. So our Michigan City Goodwill will be running this program, but you have to go through Work One to get into it. The second document is an announcement of the 4th annual Michigan City Community Job Fair, which is open to the public, and it's going to be held at Blue Chip on April the 18th, 2019, 1 to 4 p.m. And the third document is a list of available jobs, current available jobs. So if there's any one of your friends, associates, family members who are looking for employment, that's something to work with. Reference to the Goodwill program, there is a number at the bottom of the page, 219-462-2940. You can call that number if they have any questions. And that particular program is designed for former inmates re-entering the workforce. And there's another document that I received from Work One that I shared with you. That's just for your own private information. Okay?
This Goodwill situation, Goodwill is okay, so that's offender. They need as much help as they can get. So if you know an ex-offender, if you read the article, if they fit into any of this, send them to Goodwill. Any help that ex-offender can get, I know is much appreciated.
And that's through the Work One office located at 8th and Wabash.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So that would definitely get,
We go to Work One.
yeah, they have to go through Work One.
Work One first and they send them to Goodwill?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Good.
Thank you.
No problem.
Reverend?
Yeah, through the Michigan City Human Rights Commission is celebrating their Autism Awareness Month. The Free Autism Forum is Thursday, April the 18th at 5:30 p.m. through 7:30 p.m. At the Living Way Church. That's at 2410 Duneland Beach Drive. And experts will uncover the mysteries of autism. The Autism Society of Indiana, the Elena Magalis. This is also through the APAC, the autism program at the Ancelian College. Innovations in Learning of Michigan City area schools. So the Bureau of Development of Disability Services, they'll be speaking about Medicaid, waiver assistance, Social Security insurance, Social Security disability insurance, SSI, Parents Like Us support group. So once again, this is the Michigan City Human Rights Commission celebrates Autism Awareness Month. I only have one of these. If you would like this, you may have that. And also through the Michigan City Human Rights Commission, we'll be celebrating the community of the Michigan City by hosting the 2019 annual Humanitarian of the Year Luncheon. And the Humanitarian of the Year will be presented to a citizen of Michigan City. The winners of Hawkins Williams Scholarship and Judy Hubert Memorial Scholarship will also be honored. In addition, the Unsung Hero Award will be presented. As a resident of this vibrant community, please join us in celebration as we express our appreciation for these outstanding individuals. The date is April the 26th. Time is 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. The location is at Kruger Memorial Hall, Liberty Trail. Social hour begins at 11:30 a.m. and the lunch will begin at noon. And the tickets are $25 per person or $150 for a table of 6. Tickets must be purchased in advance at the Human Rights Office at the City Hall. And please feel free to contact the office, 219-873-1429, extension 2019. And we look forward to seeing you all at this event, if you can make it. And also, we want to thank the NAACP for putting on their Trailblazer event, and we want to thank social status commissions that came, the Human Rights Commission that came, other commissions that came and helped sponsor this, and we appreciate and thank all who worked tirelessly to make this second annual Trailblazers Award and Scholarship Banquet a success. The branch 3061 here in Michigan City, and I'm proud to be working with them and all the other commissions and council people that had showed up and showed their support. And I think it's a wonderful thing that we're all working together. We're all working together for the same cause. We're working for autism, disabilities, our young youth, scholarships that are coming up. And so I just want to thank everybody for that. I also have this for the Michigan City Human Rights Commission for the annual Humanitarian of the Year. Would you like to have that also?
Okay, Pastor, appreciate it.
Okay.
A lot of good information.
That's all I have for right now.
Thank you. Leslie.
As you know, the weather's starting to warm up, and if you look around your house, you'll see these stink bugs that's been hibernating in the house all summer starting to come out. Same thing out in Eastport. They start crawling out of the woodwork the first warm days and congregating. But what I've been doing, I've been talking to Assistant Chief Royce Williams and Chief Swister. I got a long conversation with him Monday, and I shared information with him. We shared information back and forth to try, and the best solution to a problem is to get on it before it becomes a problem. See, and you already know what's going to be going on in that Eastport area, so I advise them to get on it now and to stop it before it becomes a problem. He's beefed up patrol in that area. I guess over the weekend he had several cars out, extra cars out working overtime to kind of stay on top of things. But when a lot of these cars are stopped, he said they're finding everybody's got a gun. Everybody's got a gun, and a large percentage of them, by whatever means, without a background check, everybody's got a permit to carry. So he said there's not a whole lot they can do about a person riding around in the car with a gun that has a permit to carry. So that call is way above us, but just to know that the police are aware of what's, and I'm not a fortune teller, but common sense to tell you what's going to happen, because history tends to repeat itself. But I've been in contact with the police department.
Appreciate it.
Both the chief and the assistant, and just kind of trying to keep the death toll down. You talk about these guys, they have a choice whether they want to get their blood pressure checked or they want to get a prostate PSA, stuff like that, but they don't have a choice whether they get shot or not. So.
I hear you. Keep getting things work out all right. Okay, now.
Well, first, I'm going to talk about the fundraiser that we had.
Right, how did it go?
The Bowling for Bros. It went pretty good. We had a good time. Thanks, Commissioner Tracy,
How much
for
money
coming out.
did we make?
See,
That's what I'm concerned about.
well, it was about 30 people. I mean, we didn't have to pay for the DJ, which was great. So, and with the monies I just got from the two commissioners, now we up to, well, total it was around $555, but we had to pay City Lanes a portion, and anything else that we made over that, we received. So we paid them $144 for everyone, and then looks like the balance, I'll be checking over to the controller's office. It'll be $411.
Okay, for example, the tickets, I guess
Yes.
everybody that got tickets, have they paid?
You still can.
Okay, well, my point, who to make the check out, because I got to pay my $60 too. You make it out to the commissioner or to the controller?
I would make it out to the commission. You can put in the memo that is going for Bowling for Bros, so that
And
we
then
can keep.
Can we give it to the
Yes.
to the controller?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm
Yes. Because I have a couple of checks now that I need to
Right.
turn in.
So those that haven't, we were giving with 4 tickets, $60, which
Yeah.
was a beautiful contribution to what we're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
So for those that haven't, and I'll be taking care of that myself, make out your check or whatever and get it to the controller's office.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Right.
It was
can
really
imagine.
nice. We did.
It was fun.
The who? I'm not sure their last name, but it was some adults and the children, both came out. What did you think,
was
Commissioner? She came.
It was nice. Nice gathering.
Well, I had a labels meeting that evening. I wasn't able to, but my mentee, I got a mentee at the high school. I gave him the 4 tickets, and he told me Monday that he went, took 3 friends. He enjoyed himself, said it was a nice crowd. So I had got a report on it early.
Oh, good.
But yeah, he said that he's a freshman. He said he really enjoyed himself and his friends, and it was a decent crowd, and so good. That's a good beginning. We'll try to keep building on that and get more activities.
I think this would be something nice to continue every year.
I have to get on Marty though, because Marty told me we was gonna make $2,000. So I'll talk to him about that. And we'll keep asking for money. On a serious note, get whatever you owe to the controller's office, and we'll have a final tally probably at the next meeting.
I'll turn this in when I leave
Besides
here.
the trying to raise a few dollars, I think giving it, the young people going, enjoying themselves is probably more important than anything else. So we have to keep doing things this nature. We have to think of some more things to do to involve young people, and let's try to do some things for family.
That was the goal. It was the families, and I think if we continue this, and if we're having it every year and being consistent with it around the same date, I think it will, people will remember, oh, that's coming up. This is the first one. I try to get it out there as much as possible and spreading the word, emails, Facebook, and all of that. It was spring break too, so I think if we have it next year, we start promoting it early, with that title. I think folks will start coming out to that.
It'll take a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you have something else there?
Yeah, May 30th, at Pleasant Hill Missionary Baptist Church, in the fellowship hall, we're going to be having a mental health awareness fair. It's going to be called something else, but May is mental health awareness, and this is personal crusade for me, but we're going to have the health fair there. Indiana Black Expo is one of the partners. Got Pat involved. So IBE is involved, covering kids and families and healthy communities of LaPorte County. So Reverend Lane allowed us to utilize the fellowship hall to have this. It's going to be from 5 to 7 p.m. He's going to have the soup kitchen running at the same time, so that will be a draw to get people in. We're going to have a couple speakers, so if you know anyone that may want to be a vendor, please let me know. I don't know if NAACP wants to have a table there. Anyone else, get in touch with me. So there'll be several vendors, a couple of speakers talking about, mental health. This is serious out here. It is affecting, a lot of people, and a lot of folks don't know exactly where to go in the services that are out here, how folks get treated. It's a huge problem, and it's a stigma, and we need to shatter those. So, again, it will be at Pleasant Hill, May 30th, 5 to 7 p.m. The address is 717 East 10th Street here in Michigan City. If you have any questions or want to become a vendor, you can reach out to me. Okay?
Put Swanson Center down.
Yeah, they were sent an email, so just let them know that, I think there might be a speaker too from Swanson.
Could you mail
And
the
maybe Tyra Walker.
NAACP? Would you mail the NAACP?
You're gonna have, okay, sure. That's all I have.
All right,
Thank you.
good information. All right,
I actually have a suggestion that I was talking to Nyla and Latoya about. After they do their barbershop health initiative, I would like to propose that maybe a few weeks after that, to where we can go back into those same 5 barbershops and do a barbershop talk, to where we can sit down and discuss any questions, any concerns that they have about child support. And because there's a lot of misled information that's given, they don't like to come to the child support office, so then I don't mind going into the barbershop. Let's talk shop.
you determined, ain't you?
I want to give them the correct information instead of the street information.
No, I say that because you know what a challenge you, but that's beautiful. No, I say thank God you determined. But no problem. That your office would be facilitating, beautiful.
Yeah.
No, I have no problem with that.
I think it's a
That's
great
information like the presentation you made, I thought was outstanding. And it is a problem. And if you go to them and talk their language, they might be more receptive. See, you're right. The institution, they don't go to the institution because the institution is a very negative thing.
Right.
But talk at the barber shop where they go regularly, seems to be a beautiful idea. So yeah, follow up on that.
Okay.
Set that up. I think it would be good.
Okay. And just one other thing, as we all know, we have our primary election coming up, and a lot of our African American males that have been incarcerated, in prison, in some form of institution, I put a post out there that to inform them, to let them know that if you're a felon, if you're no longer incarcerated, you have the right to vote. If you're on probation or on parole, you still have the right to vote. If you're placed in the community corrections program or subject to home detention under the Indiana law, you still have the right to vote. Voting is a constitutional right, and it's one that all Hoosiers should be proud to exercise. So as of yesterday was the first day of early voting, and which started April 9th. And Monday through Friday, you can go to the Michigan City Courthouse to early vote. Monday through Friday from 8 to 4 p.m. Saturday, April 27th from 8 to 3 p.m. Saturday, May 4th from 8 to 3 p.m. and Monday, May 6th, 8 to 12. The actual voting is for the election is May 7th. So I just wanted to put that out there to let them know that, because individuals have come up, or I'm hearing that, oh, well, I've been a convicted felon, I was told I can't vote. No, that's not true. And they can't. And if they're trying to get back into society, they need to know that they have those privileges reinstalled once that they've completed whatever time or have been released from whatever institution that they've been in. And so that's one step forward for them to get back and to be a part of society again. And that's something,
amazing,
one right that they don't want to lose.
Amazing. No, beautiful. Another beautiful suggestion. Matter of fact, I wish Reverend Carnes was here, because that information should be given to the pastors so they can say it over church on Sunday. Just the information you just gave, because you're right. It's we have a lot of ex-offenders in Michigan City, and we definitely want to get them back involved in voting. It can make them feel a part.
Yeah.
So definitely, I don't know. Could you get that information she just gave and give them, so that you can get that to Reverend Carnes? You can give it to the Ministerial Alliance, and maybe next Sunday or so, just to they might have some ex-offenders in their congregation. I know they got some
family members.
I know that.
Yeah,
So
we all
I
have
mean,
family.
that's beautiful information. And if you could get that to Carnes and tell them we'd like for them to go out to the Ministerial Association, maybe the other pastors could just mention it in church.
And Mr. Chair, in addition to that, they're going to need a ID. So if they don't have a valid driver's license, they can get a free ID card for the purpose of voting. So
Can they, what's that, the License Bureau?
Yeah.
B&B.
Yes.
Okay, well, they need to know all that,
Yeah.
so that they can regenerate their own energy. And
So there's no
be a
excuse,
part of
because
society.
ID is free.
Okay,
Because
definitely.
a lot of us don't have valid driver's license.
I hear you, I hear you.
Mr.
Okay.
Chair, could I also ask if she could send something to St. John's United Church of Christ, Pastor Dennis Carroll?
Okay, good information. Sir?
Okay, fine. I have no news to report per se, but I had a question, and he covered a lot of it. I was thinking, do we have any connections with unions for training programs?
We, at one point, had a union representative as part of the commission 3-4 years ago. For some reason, matter of fact, Brother Fitzpatrick took that slot. So we haven't had direct contact, but the man sitting right in back of you has the contact with the unions. He's, matter of fact, working with that whole jobs thing. So
Okay, that's what I wanted to inquire about.
right,
Training programs, apprenticeship programs, things like that.
right. I would think the human rights director could assist you. Y'all could set up something to talk about.
Everyone know. Well, okay.
It would be beautiful. I'm speaking for you.
Yes,
Is that
sir.
all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right on. Mel?
I have no information to pass on today.
Okay, appreciate that. Oh, I haven't forgot you.
You can
NAACP.
forgive me this time.
NAACP, what's happening?
First off, as Pastor Carol already touched bases on, if you came to our Trailblazers event, thank you so much for your support. We did have a beautifully written article because the event was immaculate. It was long, but it was a really good event, and I would personally like to thank, on behalf of the NAACP, our guest speaker, Judge Shaquita Kelly Jover. She did an outstanding job talking about, she actually did it from talking about the crack game and how, it affected her and impacted her life. She talked about being a single mother, and just how she overcame a lot of her adversities and how she's changed the game in Dallas with the Pipeline of Possibilities program and quite a few other programs that she's implemented. And she also talked about, which Ms. Tillman talked about, is the power of voting and also holding those people that you vote for accountable. So I have already voted. If you haven't, please do so. Shout out to our 5th Ward future representative. But also, I want to thank some of our donors for our Trailblazers event. This was our program book for anybody who did not come. NIPSCO, SEIU, Healthcare Union, United Steelworkers of America, Local Union 6787, Horizon Bank, Transition Health in Michigan City, Pat Boy, our state representative, and Attorney Dan Granquist. They were our major contributions that gave us this beautiful format to be able to not only hear from the judge, but also to honor people who have really helped trailblaze Michigan City for our youth, such as Albertine Allen and Becky Williams, who you guys have the scholarship for. And also, if you have not received already, just as a commission, we do have our scholarship out, and that is already on eMichigan City. Myself and Marty Corley worked to get that out. So you can, if you know any African American males that qualify, please have them go to the eMichigan City website. The scholarships are due by Friday, May 10th, and we will have that announcement at our June 12th social status meeting. So, and
you put them out at the schools.
Yes, they are out at the schools. They are out on the library as well. So we do have plenty access to the scholarships. And it's right around the time that graduation will happen. So I'm very proud of that. And also, I know this school year is ending, but the summertime is coming, and there's a lot of kids with dormant minds that could be used for great positive things for the future. So the NAACP has an AXO competition, and really tried to get this kind of to take flight this year. But the problem was not that we didn't have any kids, we didn't have enough adults. So I'm coming to the commission today to see if you or yourself may be have some type of expertise in the areas of STEM, humanities, performing arts, visual arts, business, with Michigan City being number 83, and small business, to kind of give back to our kids, to mentor our kids through our AXO program. AXO stands for Academically, Culturally, Technologically, Scientifically Olympics. It's an Olympics program, and we do a major competition, which is at our nationals. This year is going to be in Detroit, and which a scholarship will be given to the winner. And so the problem was not, we had about 30 kids interested. But when it came time for those kids to go to the mentorship, it's an all year long mentorship program that starts at the same time as school. So it takes the help of the school systems, the mentors themselves, as well as the efforts from the kids. And we did not have any mentors. So I'm asking you all to please be cognizant that the program starts in August, but we need mentors to sign up so we know we can match those kids who are wanting to participate with the actual program. So if I purposely, and our president, Mr. King, said something about it, but I purposely put all of the information. You guys are from the Hope Program, the Swanson Center, all these, the Criminal Justice Department. So you guys have your own expertise that you can bring to the table to help mentor the next generation. And unfortunately, there was no one there for our kids. And I'm asking us all to just take a little bit of time, an hour a week, into one kid, at least one kid, so I can match somebody up so we can have our kids be just as successful as another kid. So we have a lot of at-risk youth, and it is our job to grab one and help them become a successful youth. Mm-hmm. So this AXO program, with your help, will be possible. So if you're interested in becoming a mentor, please let me know. This information is available on our NAACP website at naacp3061.com/AXO program. And I believe that was it. Outside of, did everybody receive a copy themselves? I think Marty sent over all of you all a copy of the scholarship. Scholarships, with our Trailblazers event, we rarely had any kids, and it's like that all the way around. Kids do not know about these scholarship opportunities, so it's our job to get it out there. So if everybody just gets one kid to apply, stop that kid for a few minutes, print out the application, I already have it ready, and get that back here, we can get those kids. You had something?
Yeah, well, you was talking about they don't know, so can that be something that we can have at the barbershops?
Yeah,
You know,
we can
have
do.
those printed out, and that can be on the table, and we can promote that
Yes.
while we're there. And I still need a couple helpers, so if anybody on the commission is available on April 20th, let me know. I'll place you at a barbershop.
I'm pretty sure I'm available, so I will help out. And then,
Okay,
especially with the scholarships, that's a passion of mine.
Yeah, so
I can at least be there to, if they do want to
Yeah.
fill it out right there,
right then.
I will help you. I am.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to grab
okay.
you, because you gotta reach one to teach one.
Okay.
So yes.
Also with the NAACP, we had, I think it was a couple of days ago, I can't even remember now, we had an executive training in Gary. And there was about 50 or 60 people there, something in that area. It was very interesting. The training was very intense. I learned a lot, and it was very good. I was just inspired by all of it.
And then the last thing I want to say is yesterday, which I know who's not here, Marty, but also the NAACP, we supported the Stepping Stone Shelter for Women, who had a give back night at the Bistro on the Greens, and it was a 20%. And so I do want to let you know that there are a lot of single moms who are homeless with African American male youth and have no resources. So they turn to places like this, the shelter, and I think that it's important when you're trying to talk about at-risk youth and our African American males, that we give to organizations such as the Stepping Stone Shelter, because there are a lot of children that are in these shelters with these women. So, and that's it for me.
All right.
The deadline for the nomination for the Humanitarian of the Year award is April 12th, so there's still time for anyone who wishes to nominate a person they feel is deserving of the award. In addition, last year, because of your nomination, the Unsung Hero was chosen as a result of the nomination from one of your commission members. So we will encourage you all to get applications online and send them in by Friday. We will choose the winner next week, so there is time. On another note, the Human Rights Department, in conjunction with the Housing Authority and the Community Development Block Grant Program, we are once again sponsoring and putting on a fair housing event. It will be entitled Pathways to Affordable Housing from the Ground Up. It will be April 25th at the Housing Authority from 9 a.m. to 4. We have approached various people in the community to come in and address our forum. We think it's going to be informative as we see the climate in housing in Michigan City is about to change, and our residents need to be informed. So please attend. Everyone is welcome. It's free. Lunch will be provided.
Is that it, Carl?
Yes, sir.
And I just want to, Joan sent via email that she wanted to report, she had to be at a state training, so this is why she's not here, and that on April 3rd, they did have their drug-free partnership hosted a breakfast and learn at the NIEF, mindfulness and motivation to change, how to help clients overcome ambivalence. 2 CEWs were awarded to attend. On April 20th, she wanted to emphasize the Black Barbershop Initiative that Nyla already covered. And on April 27th, PNW is hosting their annual Early Childhood Conference. Attendees who have not registered may do so by contacting, emailing earlylearning@pnw.edu or contacting 219-785-5485. And also on May 1st, there is a drug-free partnership meeting from 8 to 9 at NIEF. Noting that the Indiana Criminal Justice Association's 86th annual conference is scheduled for October 8th through 11th at Muncie Horizon Convention Center, and registration is open.
All right. Okay, good meeting, a lot of good information. Is there any other comments, anything we missed, anything anybody wanted to add? So again, thanks, young lady. That was a nice presentation of information you can share with us. I see your son that went to sleep.
He can't hang.
I'm open for.
You should take a selfie.
I'm open for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Good meeting, good meeting.